Hi, I'm Philip from Optimize Lab, and in this video I'm going to be talking about callout extensions and specifically the best way to set up callout extensions to improve the profitability of your Google Ads campaigns. Now, using extensions of all types, especially callout extensions, can improve your click-through rates, and that can have a knock-on effect of improving your account's quality score, and that can then have a knock-on effect of reducing your campaigns or your keywords cost per click. So it's saving you money, and that can improve the profitability of your campaigns. So in order to set up callout extensions, you can do that by navigating over to Ads and Extensions on the left hand side and then clicking Extensions. And you can then from this section review the performance of your extensions and set up new extensions. Now, callout extensions will give people searching for your product or service additional information about what you're offering. So it's information that complements the information that's already in your ad copy. So for example, already in your expanded text ads. So it can be very useful to use these and get people engaged. So just looking at an article from Google, which I'll link to in the description of this video, we can see here an example ad. And this information here is part of the expanded text ad. And then this additional information, which each extension is separated by these asterisks, these are the callouts. So these are giving people additional information that's not already mentioned in the ad copy, which is very useful because it kind of gives you more space within the search engine, more real estate. And what we do know is that bigger ads generally get clicked more than smaller ads that have less information. Now, the key thing with callouts is that it gives you an opportunity to differentiate yourself from your competitors. So you want to be very detailed about the information that you put in here, very specific. And you'll notice within this article that one of the best practices Google mentions is to be specific. So if you don't want to be vague with your descriptions, you don't want to be saying, for example, fast delivery. That might be the case, but if you can be more specific and say 1 day delivery, or for example 24-hour delivery, that is a lot more engaging and really enables you to differentiate yourself from your competition even more, because people searching in Google want to know, what is this service provider offering that no other service provider can give me? Why should they choose your service over the many that are being advertised in Google and on other platforms? So that's how really the extension should be used. Now, I've got an example here of some callouts that are being used for a specific client that offers particular investments. And we can see here high returns of 34%. So it's very specific on what that prospective client can expect. You could, for example, just say high returns. But by being specific, it enables that person to differentiate between the different services that are being offered. So specificity is key when setting up these extensions. Now, in order to set up the extensions, you just need to click this plus icon and then select callout extension. Now, when the callout appears, you'll have the opportunity to select, for example, which campaign you would like to apply these new extensions to, but you can also set these at ad group level and account level. So if you choose account level, the extensions will be applied to all of your campaigns within your account. So it can save you a lot of time, and it means if you set up a new campaign, that campaign will automatically have callout extensions added to it. Now, if you have different campaigns which offer different services, and therefore they have different details and they may need different callouts associated with them, then you can choose campaign level. And if you also have different services being offered, or perhaps for different targeting, targeting a different market, then you can set your callouts at ad group level. But I would recommend selecting, for most advertisers, either account level or campaign level. Now you can set up multiple extensions. You can see here, this is the text box for adding your extensions. So we could, for example, just put an example extension here of great returns of up to 30%. We could put that, for example. And you can notice here we've gone over the character limit when setting up this particular extension. So there is a 25 character limit. So you want to be very concise with the details that you're putting in here. Very short and sweet. And I would recommend setting up a minimum of 6 extensions, 6 callouts when you're applying them to your campaigns. You can add many more, but as a minimum, I would say 6, so you can really test which ones are the most engaging and are helping to get high click-through rates for your ads. There are also a number of advanced options that you can select. For most advertisers, these won't be applicable, so you can add a schedule, for example. So if you're offering something like a particular quick turnaround in terms of delivery, and that's for a short period only, maybe it's a promotion you're adding, then you can add a schedule. So you can add a start date and an end date. So you can add a date when those extensions are going to stop. If you want to add an extension, for example, call now to speak to an advisor, something of that nature, then you can add the schedule. So if that is only applicable from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., you can add that schedule so that the extension will only show during those times. So you're managing the expectations of your potential client. And once you've filled out all of those extensions, you can then click save, and those will be applied, and they'll go through an approval process, which can be as quick as a few hours, or it might take 24 hours, and you can check back to ensure that those extensions have been approved and they'll start running with your ads. Now, it's important to note that extensions won't always show with every single search made. It's at Google's discretion when these extensions show, and they will show them when they think there's an expectation based on the various data and factors that they use, an expectation that there's going to be an increased likelihood of a click. So I hope this video has been informative and useful. If it has been, then feel free to subscribe for additional tips and advice on how to get the most out of your Google Ads campaigns. And if you found it useful, feel free to give the video a like. I'd really appreciate it. And thank you for watching.